So look at this, look at this. I was standing here a week or so ago, and there was a guy standing next to me. And no, he was on the opposite side of the road. And as we passed on the road there, crossing when the lights had changed, there was a huge wagon that just, raged by, and I could see his hair blowing, with the force of that. And I said, you was just 1 metre away from death then. And he went, "You're on about?" I said, "You were that far away from death." He went, "I wasn't." I said, "Well, look, you were. If you stepped 1 metre in front of you, you'd have been roadkill." Absolutely fine. He's like, "Oh, whatever." And I'm like, "Well, look, why don't people think about things like that?" I always think about things like that. Whenever you're standing by a busy road and you are in a relatively safe position, 1 or 2 metres away from cars passing furiously, and if you should just want to step in front or inadvertently fell or whatever, then it's all over in a second. And so every single day of our lives, we are only a second away from death. And if you think about that, then you might appreciate it a little bit more. And so every time I cross the road, I'm like, I could have died then. My life could have ended then. I could have been in heaven then. I almost went to another dimension then. What would have happened? What life would I be living now if I was in another dimension? Speaking of other dimensions, I'm going to go through one now. I'm going to go through a little portal into another dimension. And the reason why I want to go through this portal into this dimension is because this is a quiet little cul-de-sac housing estate, and it's got trees from all over the world, beautifully planted and manicured. So let's go and see what we can find, shall we? There we go. Ooh, look at what we've got here. Now, first off, we have this amazing birch tree, which is given this gorgeous canopy. Look at that. Very, very particular in its variety of display of the leaves. And so that in itself is wonderful. And I don't know what variety of birch that is, but it's certainly gorgeous. And if you had that in your back garden, you could put your table and chairs underneath that, and then in the height of the summer, you have beautiful shade. This tree here, this is a paper birch, because you can actually peel off the bark like this, and this is what they used to use as paper. You can, peel loads of strips of that off, and it's multi-layered. I could pull, probably about 6 layers out of that if I had an extra hand. But again, what a beautiful tree, huh? Stunning. And then this one over here, another birch tree, different again with the bark. We've got all of this like ripping and bursting open, and just all these nodules and everything like that, and it's beautiful. So genetically, you can see here that this is very paper birch like, and cross pollination then has given rise to evolutionary anomalies, which then have become prolific through their own prolification or germination, and so we have all these varieties. And you see, this is why when we look at these, we've got 3 silver birch trees here, but they're all very, very different and stunning in their own right. And look at this here, this plant bursting with light. It looks like, I reckon this sort of thing would have been the burning bush in Moses' day. Because, if you come upon something like this in the desert with a light burning through it, it looks like a burning bush to me. Okay, let's continue our little walk, shall we? Passing by all these trees here. What we got here? This tree. What do you call this tree? All these red berries. What's that called? Oh, good God. I'll think of it in a minute. Then we've got like a willow tree here. Like I suppose it's a weeping willow, isn't it? Weeping willow. It's been pollarded, and so you know, these new branches, I suppose, only a couple or 3 years old. More birches over here. Yeah. And when we look at these leaves are different again. This almost looks like it's a beech, but not with bark like that. And so if we look at these leaves here, then it looks very, very beechy to me. And they are not silver birch leaves. And if we cared to walk up to those other silver birch trees, then we would see that their leaves are much smaller, they're more kind of heart shaped, and they've got serrated edge, where these haven't. Now then, oh, that tree there, it was just on the tip of my tongue then. And a rowan tree. You know, they have these, you know, compound leaves. They have about like between 8 and 12 small leaves coming off one little twig. And here we have a gorgeous London plane tree, and those leaves get massive, twice the size of my hands in the summertime. And we have this beautiful sort of patchwork, which looks like camo pants, you know, camouflage pants. And on some trees it gets more profound than that. And okay, well, there are more beautiful trees. I don't know how much patience you have, although I can show you them. There's just a few down there, but I think I'll leave those for another occasion. There's one of those monkey trees. They're a fascinating tree. And so okay, catch you later.